Hello, my name is Nicolas Polimanakos. I work behind the scenes here at ISAR as part of a social media team. And today I'm with Jen Zart. Hello, Jen.
Hey there, Nicholas. How are you?
I'm great. Jen, you're newly elected to the ISAR board. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, work hit the ground running because scholarships are open now. And it is such a fun program because the best thing I love about what ESAR is doing with this scholarship campaign is that any active astrologer can apply. You don't need to be a new astrologer. You can be somebody who's been doing this for years and years who has a special project, and you can just be anyone. You don't need to be an ESAR member. So I find that's a really generous position because there's so many people in our community, and like not everyone can be a member of every single organization. And so yeah, I'm just excited to see who's going to end up throwing their hat in the ring.
Yeah, me too. And you know that we're making this video on Wednesday, February 22nd. And from this point in time, there's a week left to apply for the scholarships. And by the way, you can go look at the ESAR astrology.org site, and there's a tab for scholarships, and you will, read the guidelines and the link to the application. And there's many different ways the scholarships could be used. For instance, if someone's taking a astrology webinar or going to an astrology school, yes, they can use part of the scholarship towards that. Also, something you and I have been involved with, Jen, is conferences.
Yeah, conferences can be life changing, and each award is $500 for 20 people for a total of 10,000. So if you have $500 to get you across the finish line to fly you out to a conference, it could completely change your astrological career.
It can. And another way it could be used with conferences too, that some that are online or hybrid model, if you can't travel, to be used towards that too. That's
Yeah.
totally a possibility. We also get into an interesting space here that we don't hear about with scholarships too much, or like projects that people are working on involving astrology.
Yeah, I had somebody, a fire author, she got a scholarship to get her book into print. And there are other people who are applying for different areas of research that just require a little funding in order to get to that last stage and like become complete.
Yeah, it's interesting you talk about projects and research, because we last year when ESAR had these scholarships for the 2022 recipients, we had people use it for their astrological education. We had someone use it towards the publishing of a book they were writing, and also for research in many different ways. Conferences use it to going to a conference, actually use it to go to NORWAC, and also other things that connected to learning and using it in the growth. And I also want to make a point here that along with, you don't have to be an ESAR member, but I think too, this is open to anybody at any level, at least any astrological level you think you're at, whether you just started studying or you've been participating for years and years and years. It's open all around.
Yep, yep. And there's also an allocation for diversity, which I think is important, so that anyone who is, marginalized by any systematic oppression, they can find a source of funding for different areas of getting more involved in the community.
Definitely, and it's all there. And there's I think three awardees, if I'm correct, three awardees will be able to choose from the different categories too that we have kind of mentioned and talked about. Again, I just want to mention again, you go to the ESAR website, esarastrology.org, and there's a link in the tab that has to do with the scholarship, and you can see more details on this. That gives a little bit more info on all this. I think it's also important here to say in general, with something like this, with scholarship money and stuff, for those of you out there watching who think, well, I don't know if I could do this, or I don't know if this is for me. And I think here, because of the openness of the scholarships and you not having to be a member, we're encouraging you to take your courageous step in your astrological journey.
And you don't have to have a long explanation of your project. The application takes less than 5 minutes to fill out. So, I mean, you really can't afford not to apply, because what if you win? And the selection process doesn't rank you. It's not like college admissions where you're sort of, the merits and demerits of your project are discussed and all of that. It's a randomizer. People are randomly selected. So your chances are as diverse as how many people apply, right? So, it's just, take 5 minutes, put something down, and you never know what can happen.
Definitely. So if the other thing is, if anyone here watching, listening, have any questions too, you can email scholarships at isarastrology.com if you have some specific questions. Also, if you're watching this on social media and you happen to comment down below in there and you have a query, we'll definitely make sure you're connected with the right people. Jen?
So yeah, I want everyone who's watching this right now to stop what you're doing, go apply, and hopefully you'll win.
Yes. Jen, good to connect with you and do this with you.
I'll see you a lot more of you now.
Yeah. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.